That's called
and that's what branding
a
is.
signature.
Signature.
You feel me? It's what you getting with this artist that you cannot get
From
anywhere
anybody else.
It's exclusive.
Yes.
And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make sure everything I do is like, dang, I can't find this over here.
You can't find that nowhere else.
Yeah.
Everything KiddActivated is KiddActivated. That's what you call like a great brand.
Self-care is not really taught, especially amongst, men. And then, of course, we in the industry of media and entertainment. They don't tell you got to take some time out for yourself.
We call ourselves CiiiTY, but we global.
Changing the youth, changing the youth, changing the youth. Hottest podcast in the city. I got with me a friend, a city friend from long time.
Long time. No
It's good to see you, man.
What's going on?
Good, man. Good. We got Steve Frankadelic behind the camera. And we got KiddActivated. Activated, man.
Yeah, activated, man.
We back again, man.
Back again. Quick backstory, man. We actually did an interview with KiddActivated, man. We did our first interview with Kid, and technical difficulties. Some of our setup wasn't set up how we really intended it to be, and the interviews we actually did after your interview just were perfect, and your interview just did not fit the criteria, and it was very unfortunate because we don't like to put out lackadaisical work, and we don't want your interview to be the least presentable. We want to represent everybody the right way. So I'm happy that we got to reconnect, and I don't remember you having a beard.
Nah, man. I had some light, a little goatee.
Oh yeah.
I'm growing the beard out, growing the hair out.
Yeah, I was gonna say the hair longer too. Time do fly, man. KiddActivated. How you feeling? How you been doing? This last, what is it, a year now?
Man,
maybe just under.
A year. Yeah, just under a year. Probably like 10 months.
Yeah.
But listen, man, I'm glad to be here. It's a blessing. God do everything for a reason. So it's a reason why the last interview didn't go the way it go. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if it was a good interview, it's going to be a better one. This is
exactly.
Going to be, you know what I'm saying? So we here for a reason, and you feel me? Let's make some great content. That's all we here to do.
Yeah, man, that's love. That's love. And I think that particular situation spoke so loud to, like, your character, and I definitely respected it. And that's why I was like, man, we definitely got to keep tapping in with bro and definitely, put them on our top of a priority list when it come to things because of how you received it, which I'm very I'm very proud of that. But I won't touch into too many things and make this interview repetitive, but I want the people to know the basics, the fun facts of KiddActivated.
Yeah.
So just where are you from? Can the people know that?
I'm originally from Miami, born in Miami, raised in Broward County.
Right.
Specifically Lauderhill.
Lauderhill.
It's a couple artists out of there, but it's not too many big mainstream artists out of my area right now. So, me trying to push and do stuff like that and not just trying to do any type of music and put guns in my videos and this, that, and the third. That's not really the message I try to put out there. I try to be more positive and so, of course, I'm showing what I've been through, what I experienced. Might not be everybody's case, but somebody's going to relate to the music. Somebody's going to be touched by the music, and they going to see they could do it too.
Of course. Of course, that's hard, man.
Yeah.
So from Lauderhill, what does that look like? What does an area like that look like?
Man, it's sad to say, but it's like you'll go to the gas station or you go to, the little neighborhoods they got. It's constant violence, a lot of drugs, stuff like that. It's a lot of people that's, low income. At the end of the day, since we live in Florida, it's a lot of Jamaicans, a lot of Haitians, Caribbeans in general that just live in that area. Everybody trying to, get from where they at and move up.
Yeah.
So that area, it's not bad, but it gets to the point where there's people that's on drugs, there's crackheads and drug heads and all this type of stuff, and they trying to do what they got to do to get they fix. So they do this, that, and the third, and there's a lot of stuff going on right now with the music scene. And as far as like drill and stuff like that, a lot of people live a fast lifestyle over there. So
No, yeah, for sure.
you know what I'm saying? It's
What is rampant over there? You know, we talk about drugs. We just touching on drugs real quick. Like when you talk about that, what is rampant in Lauderhill? You know, like the fentanyl, like something really.
Yeah.
That's something really like.
man,
Even in California, that's everywhere.
Listen,
doing
you
damage.
can get anything in Lauderhill, bro. Like, it's one of those areas. Broward in particular too, but like my area, you could get anything there. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But what's really bad over there is the pills and stuff like that.
Yeah.
A lot of people be on like Percocets,
Yeah,
Molly's, and
perks.
stuff like that. But you know how it is in the street. They don't know where they getting the drugs from. It don't always be, what they getting. Sometimes they might take some shit. Like you said, it might be some fentanyl. It might be something else. So 9 times out of 10, whatever it is, people get hooked on it, and then
Yeah.
they just that's how it grows. That's how it starts.
Did you get to hear what Boosie said about fentanyl and crack?
Not too much, but I already have my views on stuff like that. I feel like, of course, it's a man-made drug.
Yeah.
Somebody put it there for a reason, and it's to mess up those low-income areas.
Yeah.
Where a lot of people like us live, you know what I'm saying? So we could be fucked up and stay in the same habits, stay in the same place. So, you know what I'm saying? It's like I said, it's sad.
Yeah. And those same drugs get redistributed by our own,
Yeah.
to make a profit, because that's what happens when you're in the jungle. You trying to make a living, and sometimes you make that living off of the detriment of the next person.
Yeah.
So it's just a cycle that we all are too familiar with low income areas or the hood, so to say. But apart from that, man, you actually talk on not specifically drugs, but you talk on a lot of real life situations in your music, and you do so in a very melodic way, very like in a way where people will listen,
Yeah.
whether they want to or not. What does that kind of power feel like as an artist when you can relay certain messages, or you have the opportunity to make the unheard be heard?
Yeah, I mean, at this point, it doesn't matter if you're like a creator that's already been here, or in a sense like you have some clout, you have some whatever the case may be, people listen to you. It doesn't matter what you put out. If it's great content, people are, like I said, people are always going to resonate with that.
Yeah.
People are always going, what's the word? Nowadays it's not really about talent. Nowadays it's really not about a talent, but the beat and all that stuff. But when I do my music, I want somebody to feel me. So they hear that music, they could say, okay, this might not have happened to me, but somebody's going through something either worse than me, or you feel me, like similar in the same, category.
Yeah.
So it's like, dang, this dude is trying to make himself better and trying to move forward with his life. And he's able to communicate that with the world clearly.
Right.
So I can do that. I can be in a position where it's not just like, okay, this happened, now everything is done for me. I don't have no comeback or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That's powerful. That's powerful, and like I think you touched on it perfectly, because like now it's different. Music is different because it's not about the music, as you say. It's really the individual artist branding is more important now than ever before. That's always been a factor, but now kids are gravitated more to the real life situations that an artist go to.
Somebody
What-
that they could relate to.
Yeah, and even if it's not that they could relate to, it's that they could be entertained by, because the artist's life has to be a movie.
Right.
They expect your life to be a movie. Kids nowadays, they gravitated to the King Vons, they gravitated to the Kodak Blacks, and and those artists who are from where they say they from.
Yeah.
And do what they say they do. Not many kids are sitting here listening to the positive rap.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, so that's a hard lane to get into, and I feel like you gotta get into that lane. Like when you speak in positivity, you have to do it in a way where it's communicated like it's a cool thing.
Yeah, I mean, like how you saying it. Basically, it's not really attractive to put certain things in your music nowadays. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not enough to just let people know they could do better and stop
Yeah,
doing
no.
drugs and this, that, and the third. People don't listen to that.
Yeah.
That's not what sells. But to go back on what I said, like it really, to me, it doesn't matter what the trend would be. For me, it's about putting out a message and reaching as many people as I can with that message.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
That's tough.
Yeah.
We put a list out early in the year, man. We normally put out lists. We didn't put out all the lists that we wanted to put out this year, but we actually were able to put out about 6 of them. And one of them were the top female artists in the industry. I wanted to hear from your perspective as a male artist. Who do you think is top 6?
Top 6. To be honest, I don't really listen to a lot of female artists.
Yeah.
But when it comes to music in general, I listen to a lot of music, not just rap.
Yeah.
So we talking about like people like Doja Cat.
Yeah.
That she can create music. It's not just she's stuck in a box, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, no, definitely not just rap.
She can do a lot of different things. Who else? Meg Thee Stallion. She's another good artist. Yes, she does rap, but I feel like I'm confident in her skills. Like she has a good flow. She changes it up. It's not the same thing over and over again. Who else would I say? Right now, there's an artist out of Broward. Her name is Snow Banks. I don't know if you heard of her.
I think I heard of her. I gotta see her though.
No.
Yeah, basically like a up and coming artist, but pretty big in my area in Broward County right now. She's really good and she has her own lane. You know what I'm saying? I like music where it's like it's different.
Yeah.
They got their own vibe and it's not only one specific genre. They can do anything. They very versatile. Who else? Let me see. Like I said, I don't listen to a lot of female rap, but the people that can catch my attention, the MCs, the people that actually rap, and then people that take it outside of that genre.
New one? I think her name Lola Brooks. I gotta look.
I've heard of her too.
I think
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But like I said, it's a lot of artists out here too. In Florida, if I didn't touch on anybody that I needed to touch on, but it's a lot of female artists out here in Florida that's really good.
I'd love to see that. I'd love to see that grow more, especially in rap. I think for sure, obviously, the women we have in rap is in music in general. I think that has grown a lot, and I think it's just a lot of talented women in different genres doing their thing right now. I'd love to see that trend keep growing, especially in rap. You know what I mean? Because I think there's a very tight circle of women who actually like run rap,
right?
And they're, you know what I'm saying? And it's like it's what the media pushes out mainly, even though there are a lot of underground talents. I'd love to see more attention and more women from the top, like grabbing these women and like actually shedding light on them. That would be pretty cool to see. And I thought I'd ask you that, man, just because like I would ask that question to another female artist if I was to interview them. I was kind of curious, what do other male artists, especially underground, are listening to and picking up from the ladies? Do you have any new project coming out? I see that your last drop was still, as I see it, 2022 as far as the project goes.
Yeah, it was in December. I dropped that, and that was my deluxe for Temporary Pain.
Temporary Pain, yeah.
Right now, I'm not working on any projects. I'm always consistently working on music, but I don't have any projects that I'm putting out. But I am putting out a single this month.
Okay.
Yeah, it should be the 24th.
Yeah.
But right now I'm really excited because, you know, I'm under new management. I got some new stuff on the table, so I'm working on a whole bunch of stuff. But y'all gonna get a single every month this
Every
year.
month?
Every month.
That's tough.
Yeah.
That's tough to keep up with.
Not
You
really.
probably got a lot of songs.
Yeah,
in the
when
vault, though.
you
Yeah,
got
yeah.
like a little vault like me,
Yeah.
I got music for years, bro.
Nah, man.
Not trying to over exaggerate, but like if I really had a release type of schedule, like I have music for months and months. So right now it's just me getting the best music, and relating it to the time we're in,
Okay.
making sure that music sounds the best and, you know, putting it out accordingly.
Yeah. You ever get into a situation, maybe you go in there and you go through that vault and you see something you liked, something you forgot you made, and you kind of like redid it?
Listen,
And
let me tell you something. I've been to school for, you know, recording arts, engineering, stuff like that. And I've rubbed elbows with a lot of people, producers, engineers, writers, and all the good stuff, right? Somebody told me, one of my really good friends from school, basically he said if you don't record, you know, a song multiple times, different flows, different styles on that one
off the
beat,
same song?
you're not really recording for
Off
real.
the same
Off
song?
the same song. But
Okay.
you either, you know, delivering it a different way, or you using a different type of cadence, a different type of melody, like, but on that same beat, 3-4 different, like you write 2-3 hooks, 2-3 verses. And I'm like, bro, why would I do that? That's like, you know, overkill.
Yeah.
But he's like, you never know. So one of those songs might be that song that you need. You know what I'm saying? It might be way better than you thought it would be, only because you're limiting yourself by saying, okay,
Yeah.
this is done. I just wrote a hook. It's over. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You're practicing, you know, making sure you have 2-3 versions of that song.
Yeah.
I've
You know,
heard
I like that. I actually, that makes a lot of sense. Just looking at it, like maybe you record something and you like, oh yeah, that's hot, or like you just recorded off the original beat that you chose, and then you just keep it there, like, yeah, that's hot, I'm gonna drop that. But you like, as you saying that you gotta further like develop that
Exactly.
project, see how far you could push it,
And there's
and make it different.
There's times where it's happened to me where I couldn't purchase a beat, like a beat was already sold, or something happened where I couldn't afford a beat, whatever the case may be. And I might hear a beat one time and I'm like, okay, yeah, this is good. And I write something down for that beat. And then I'm like, I hear this beat. I'm like, nah, this would sound way better on this beat.
Yeah.
So I might write a song specifically for something and I end up putting it on something else. Or I might write a song like, probably like, let's say I wrote some shit in high school, recorded it in high school, but it's not up to par. You know what I'm saying? The engineering wasn't right, or it's missing something. But it's a good song.
Yeah.
I could still take that song and put it on another beat. And a song that I never put out before though, not stuff that
Yeah,
you
yeah.
already put out, stuff that's in the vault type of thing. So like it's happened to me before, multiple occasions.
Yeah.
I have songs that, you know, I wrote the first time or recorded the first time and I did it a second time. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
So you say you dropping a song every month. Like, do you already know which song you're gonna be dropping already?
To be honest, the way things work for me, I go off energy, I go off vibes. So if I hear a song and I know, like right now, it's springtime right now.
What's that?
Then it's gonna go into summertime. Right now, you know, it's gonna be a lot of big artists dropping as well, because this is when, you know, they drop projects or singles for their projects coming up. And right now is what's the word? It's a time for people to have fun and be outside,
It's
and
spring break.
it's a lot of
you know,
stuff that, like you said, spring break is.
Spring break coming up.
So
Day outside.
right now, I know if I hear a song and I hear a melody or whatever the case may be, okay, this coming out. You know what I'm saying? Or this got to come out this specific month because
Yeah.
this is the energy that everybody's going to have this specific month. You know what I'm saying? So like this month, I already know what I'm dropping. Next month, I already know what I'm dropping. But basically, it kind of comes to me as like an energy or a vibe. Like, okay, I just recorded 2-3 songs. Like, okay, I'm gonna shoot a video for this one, and then I know this is gonna be coming
What does
out.
a spring project, a spring record, what does that sound like? Or what does that look like to you?
Just a lot of basically like, what's the word? Like experience and stuff like that. Like you going out, you having fun. I don't know. I don't want to sound lame, but to do like me right now, it's like less sex, more picking up checks, stuff like that. You know, looking for new ways to make money, revenue. You know what I'm saying? Like just getting out there, traveling, shit like that.
Yeah. He's speaking to the choir, man.
Yeah.
He's preaching to the choir. He's speaking to a choir. You know what I'm saying? That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
So what I can't wait to hear that record, man. I'm just curious what goes into the thought process of creating a record for a specific vibe. But as you said, you kind of already have records out there. It's just a matter of going through your vault and like trying them on.
Yeah. Sometimes, like I said, it's like I said, a vibe or energy thing. So, as far as projects, I might collectively keep songs that I've recorded together. Still, I'm gonna keep them close together. It might be a project with those 3 or 4 songs that I recorded because it's like the same type of vibe, the same type of energy. And if it's like songs that I record along the way, whatever the tempo may be, if it's more of a up tempo or a hype type of beat, or you know, like I said, a summertime, springtime, party type of song, those songs I like to release them along the way, stuff like that. So, you know, my main genre or my main type of like music is more like trap soul, you know, stuff that like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's my main. I might have more projects like that and sprinkle in a little bit of everything else. But for right now, like I said, this year I'm doing a single every month. And in the background, of course, I'm going to be working on something else. I'm going to be cooking up as always.
Yeah. Trap soul is that's reminiscent of like the, kind of like, I wouldn't say Tusi's trap soul. But he could. He do some records like that. Probably like from around your way, probably like FCG Heem.
Yeah.
I rock with that type of music. I think that's like, you make a lot of bangers and you make that goes deep.
Yeah.
I feel like everybody could feel a record like that, even if you're not from the trap. Like you could feel like just a soulful vibe, and you could rock out all type of ways to that type of record.
Right.
You actually got a recent one you dropped that's.
It be like that.
You said something that made no sense. I damn near went up there. I said.
Sometimes you might not get it the first
time.
time.
No. That's not what I mean. That's a different slang.
Yeah.
It makes sense. It was just crazy how you put it together. But before the interview and or after the interview, I'm gonna run it. I'm gonna tell you exactly what it is. But I was like, yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
but
so,
you are instrumental with the way you put words together.
What's that?
For sure.
You got like any shows coming?
I as a matter of fact, I got a show tomorrow in Miramar. Yeah, it's like some spring break stuff. But I've been to that venue before. It's a nice venue in Miramar.
Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be something good to go, have fun, whatever the case may be. But when I go over there, it's about business. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let them people know who I am.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, you sure do that every time. I just saw you won a little competition.
What
was that about? A showcase, right?
Yeah, in Orlando. It's called Coast to Coast.
Yeah.
They have like a lot of events that they have all over the place. As a matter of fact, as that one was more like a competition, but I've been to Coast before for like A&R reviews.
Yeah.
So like you sit in the studio, you play your song for A&R.
Yeah.
They give you feedback, let you know where you need to go, stuff like that. But that specific tournament, sadly, I got 4th place. But
it was 4th?
4th place, bro.
Yeah, okay.
But I mean, we're not gonna talk on that. The 1st place winner, they got that.
Yeah.
It was a female artist. She was wonderful.
She was singing?
And she wasn't singing, bro. She was rapping. Like, she sounded like Baby Keem had a little sister. Like some fire shit.
That's interesting.
Yeah, she be out here too all the time. It's
What
a
her
Florida. It's a Florida artist.
You know her name?
She go by Nay, but you gonna have to put her on the page or something.
Yeah.
But I got her contacts and stuff like that.
Okay.
But yeah, she good at music. So first place was okay. I could live with that.
Yeah.
Cause she did her thing. Second place, I don't know what happened. Third place, same thing.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? I ended up getting in fourth place.
How many of you guys were in that competition?
And it was about 19 people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and they picked probably like 5 or 6 people to move on to the championship. So like it being a showcase, it's really good to showcase your talent, but you also gain like a opportunity because there are prizes and stuff like that. For the first one, it's more promo wise, but I got qualified for the finals. It should be in Miami. That's $50,000 on the line. So first place get $50,000.
Give me like 10%. I'm playing. You know
Man, pray for me, all that.
He better did the math.
I need another percentage, dog. Nah, I'm playing. That's easy.
But yeah, I'm always going to like shows and stuff like that only because I feel like that's where like the groundwork is at.
Yeah, man.
Like you can always be like a really good artist without going to shows, without going to events.
Yeah.
But you won't be able to go on tour without knowing how to perform and how to excite the crowd or make the crowd, be into the show.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's like a really big part of being an artist in general.
Important. Yeah, a lot of people lose track of that. You have to make it less about the music and about the fans. Like you can't just make music all day. If you just making music all day, you are a musician. You make music. You're a person that make music, but you haven't yet tapped into the highest form of your artistry.
Of course.
And you very far from music business. And like it has to be about selling yourself to your fans. It has to be about growing your fan base. It has to be about touching people in real life and making music that they will never forget. Like they will recommend, like, yo, like this one artist tough. Yeah, this one artist you need a good brand, man.
Yeah, for sure.
And I know we talked a little bit about Kodak, like our first interview, because I think he's one of the artists that you're proud of. You are
influential.
one of your
Very
influential artists, yeah. And I always say Kodak is not my favorite artist. He's definitely top 5 for me, but he has the best brand out of any artist in the world right now. I think so. You know what I mean? Because it's just so many things you can tie into Kodak when you say it. Like when you say Glee, you know where that comes from.
Right.
That ties into Kodak. You know what I'm saying? When you say now Super Gremlin, when you think of Gremlin, it ties into Kodak. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of things tie into Kodak. Even the man even patented the color orange. When you think orange,
You funny, bro.
You know what I'm saying? The man matching with his area, like he really has like a sense of self.
Yeah,
and everyone else feels that.
That's
and that's what branding is.
Signature.
Signature.
You feel me? It's what you getting with this artist that you cannot get
from
anywhere
anybody else.
It's exclusive.
Yes.
And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make sure everything I do is like, dang, I can't find this over here.
You can't find that nowhere else.
Yeah.
Everything KiddActivated is KiddActivated. That's what you call like a great brand. Like, and he'll never go broke, obviously. And, but that's just what if artists are wondering, like, what is, like, that's branding.
Yeah.
Where, like, not just your music, but you have recognizable traits and characteristics that they can, that you can sell yourself from. So that's very important. And I know, like, you talked about that last time, and you were big into that, into your brand presentation.
Yeah.
So that's pretty dope, man. That's pretty dope. I see something else now too. So I don't know if I saw this before. Is it TMZ?
Yeah,
is that new?
It's something that I just started up. Basically, it stands for Too Many Zoes.
That's hard.
Too Many Zoes Entertainment.
That's hard.
Basically, you know, I got this idea from a feature that I had with somebody from Fort Myers. The feature didn't come out yet, so I'm not gonna say too much on it. But basically, like, he had this song where the hook goes, you feel me, like Too Many Zoes, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
So I'm like, man, I've been looking for something to kind of push my brand and also be, you know, more catchy. And, you know, everybody already got like, you know, Kodak got his little thing going with Sniper Gang. And a lot of people like to try to put, like, you know, Lil Durk and them, they got the OTF. They like to put, you know, Only the Family or whatever the case may be. They try to bite off other people.
Mm-hmm.
But me, I'm trying to find something that's original, but that also, you know, I could ride that till the wheels falls off because it's mine.
Yeah, for sure.
So, you know, I looked it up. It's not patented. Of course, there's like the TMZ people, the entertainment, not the entertainment, but the media stuff. But, you know, there's no TMZ ENT. There's no TMZ Entertainment. And when it comes to music, you know, I already got that LLC for that, and I already got that locked in. So I'm gonna try to start a label with that. But it's gonna start off as my merchandise and, you know, branding and stuff like that. But like I said, it starts from in here. It starts in my heart. It just really is Too Many Zoes. You feel me? So everywhere I go, they like, damn, there's too many Zoes with that nigga,
It's a
bro.
lot of Zoes in here.
Yeah, so
it's 3-1, Frank. What you gonna do, buddy? Huh?
so yeah, you know, that's how that came about.
Man, that's awesome, man.
Yeah, I fuck
That's
with
what
that,
it's
man.
about, man. I love the music business, man. When the artists that take that kind of thing seriously and then they start to make like, 'cause there's a lot of money to be made in music, man. It's a lot of money to be made, and it's sadly it's one of these. The negative thing about the music business, which everyone knows, is
It's oversaturated, bro.
it's oversaturated. But not only that, it's like it's good if it's oversaturated with good people, like with solid people. It's oversaturated with a lot of bad shit, man. You know, like a lot of people get scammed. Like if you're an artist and you on your way, you trying to make your way up, man. A lot of people get scammed out on things. A lot of people, you run into a lot of fake people. You run into
the industry is very shady.
It's very shady. You can't.
That's all you hear about it.
Yeah, man. You can't make it to the top with music without having run into someone that is, you know, just
Not real.
have bad energy and is a
Attention.
detriment, man. Like you're blessed if you make it, you know, to the top and you know you've just managed to bump into just good people along the way.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, man.
It's a lot of energy though that you can feel beforehand, and like me specifically, it doesn't matter who I'm dealing with. I kind of give you like some leeway. I know it sounds crazy, but you know, this is when I was dating though. I'm not dating no more. I got a girlfriend, but just to put that out there.
Yeah.
When I was dating, if I'm talking to a
That
girl,
boy's smart.
listen, if I'm talking to a girl,
Smart.
you know, I will have a girl in my car. I'll leave my keys in the car.
Yeah.
Guess what? It sounds crazy, but if I know she went through my car or she took off with my car, you already know what type of energy that person is going to carry. Whatever the case may be, you give them a little bit of leeway, but you got to be that person. Once they fuck around, you got to do what you got to do, bro.
Yeah, what you talking about is testing people.
Right.
And I do the same. You never know. You got to know who's around you. You know, you gotta leave a few dollars on the floor,
see how they
and move around and see who, you know, how it disappears. That's wise, man.
Yeah.
That's wise for sure.
So like stuff like that, you can already see. You just gotta peep energy. You gotta peep how people move. And like with the music industry, it's a lot of people that say they do stuff and they do this, they do that, or they're about certain action or whatever the case may be. But people always, I feel like nowadays, especially with the youth, they get everything intertwined. Entertainment is not rap, is not real life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? just because somebody say they do this in their music don't mean they
Yeah.
a evil person, or you know what I'm saying, they really just out to hurt people or whatever the case may be. It's really their music or their persona or their message. But at the end of the day, that's not how you uphold somebody's character. It's by their actions, by how they carry themselves in everyday life, for real. So it's like I said, you use that and you just see the energy that a person carries. Like, you will know if this happened, if something were to go down, this is somebody I'll be like, damn, if I'm hurt or something wrong with me, they gonna pick me up and carry me. They just not gonna leave me and run away and say, oh yeah, well, this what happened. Like what happened to King Von is very sad, but you know, he had a lot of people that was on his team, a lot of people that rock with him, or whatever the case may be. But when stuff really hit the fan, you can see how little they did to really take care of him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And, you know, sometimes it be people that's close to you, whatever the case may be. But I just heard this from my cousin earlier. I was just at her house. Basically, you could trust somebody 99%.
Oh, yeah.
That other 1%, you got to watch your back.
Yeah.
You got to make sure you taking care of you.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Human error, man. And you don't know. You may know someone's character. You may know how someone operates when they're in good temperature.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know the food tastes good when it's, 100 degrees. You know it's busting. But
Right.
you never seen that food. You never know what it tastes like when it's left out too long.
Right.
When it's in the freezer. Like, some people, when you take some good people and you put them in situations to which they don't have the skin for, you start to see a different type of person sometimes.
Yeah.
And I bring the whole thing with the music industry because this is an industry where whether you an artist or you just a businessman, like you have to really surround yourself with like solid people.
Yeah.
And you have to watch how you move. You know what I mean? Because people are hungry in this industry. And that's the dangerous thing too. It's because in the music industry, everybody act like they got it.
Yeah.
The whole point of it is to act like you got it. Like, music is all about the persona. It's all about
confidence.
like the confidence. It's all about how you living. And everybody living this way in the music industry. Y'all can't all be living this way. You know what I'm saying? So not everybody living how they say they living. And now they trying to get a quick buck off you when they hurting. So you really got to watch,
That's where the scamming becomes.
That's where the scamming come into play. A lot of these niggas, they can't go back and just get a job after they started rapping. They started blowing, especially they start blowing up and they have one good song and then that's it. And they ain't got no more songs. And now, that money start to die down. They don't want to go back to the trap. They don't want to go back to the McDonald's. They going for your pockets, man. They going for them features and them promotions and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So just really, and I always try to, us with CiiiTY Media, man, we always try to do right with artists, when it comes to services and how it's delivered. You know what I'm saying? And when you have a service, when you are trying to get a service, you pay for it, right? Some services you paid for, but if things don't get done, you compensate for that.
Yeah.
In one way or another. That's the one thing, is we always gonna try to do right by people. And at the end of the day, man, it's like, up and coming artists, they have jobs, they got families and all type of things. It's a very hard situation to be in.
Yeah.
What do you think is like the biggest sacrifice you had to make as an artist to this point, man?
Shoot, sometimes the biggest sacrifice would be like, having less time for yourself. Yeah. And I feel like self-care is not really taught, especially amongst, men. And then, of course, we in the industry of media and entertainment. They don't tell you got to take some time out for yourself. Yeah. Like, you got to de-stress and you got to, you know what I'm saying? So it's looked at with a certain stigma. Yeah.
What does self-care look like for you, though?
Man, self-care for me would be, when I wake up, I don't just go on my phone.
Yeah, that's a fact.
I don't just look at Instagram. No, for me, I wake up, I meditate,
Yeah.
I pray. You know what I'm saying? I might read something to educate my mind or to bring my mind up there. Then you got to make sure you have your day planned out a certain way for you. Do something that you need to do, that you need to take care of. Because like I said, when you being an artist and, you know, a whole bunch of stuff going on, you always going to be not just an artist, an independent artist. You know what I'm saying? You handling all matters by yourself.
Yeah.
You got to find some time to sit back and say, okay, I did this for me, not because it's going to look good for the, you know, audience.
Yeah.
It's for you to, you know, get in touch with yourself, know what you like. You know what I'm saying? The same thing like with just a lot of majority of things in life. When you take your time and you sit there and say, okay, like, this is what I like. I read this book, but I don't like it. You can't say that if you never have the time to read the book.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or you never had the time to go to this country or experience this food, whatever the case may be. So like I said, you know, waking up, meditating, eating right, drinking what you're supposed to drink to fuel your body, and like actually having that time for your mind to unwind and stuff like that. And that's why I feel like my music is to the point where it is, and it's getting better as well. Only because I know, okay, my music has to keep getting better. Like I gotta be at a point where I'm educating myself, and then through my music, I can educate other people.
Right. Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? You can't do that from like a perspective of you not trying to give yourself some time to learn.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, you know?
Yeah, music is a beautiful thing when it's used right, because it's a very interesting cycle of doing for the self and then doing for others.
Exactly.
That's what people need to get to. It's like you do for yourself. You have to go through. Sometimes some artists go through bad times.
Yeah.
And then through that they help others. So it's not always. It doesn't always have to be a positive thing. I mean, like, well, it doesn't have to be a positive thing in your life, but it's just like sharing your experience.
Exactly.
With others.
It doesn't matter what the experience is, you know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you know, to piggyback on what you said, you know, it's a lot of things that's not really touched on. It's a lot of things that's not said. It's left unsaid, and people really get lost in the sauce. So, you know, to not get lost in the sauce, you got to find yourself. Music can be a amazing world. It can be something that opens you up to other things. You know what I'm saying? You could create opportunities, you know, and you never know where you can end up, bro.
Yeah, man.
Facts.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing about it, man. People go all kinds of places, man, just from music. Like, look at Lil Baby. Look at where he came from, man. And now this man is just...
Up there with it.
That's insane.
Gotta believe
You
in
know?
yourself before anybody else does, man.
Yeah.
But what you said though is key though. You know, we know waking up. What's your waking up time looking like in the morning?
Shoot.
You know,
It really depends on what day it is, but for me, like working and going to school, like I wake up very early. You feel me? So my work schedule could be like 12 o'clock in the morning, 1 o'clock in the morning, because I work overnight.
Yeah.
So I mean, me personally, I'm a night person anyways. So I be up during that time and I be moving around, stuff like that. So, you know, from that time being, you know, weekdays, I'm already up by 12, 1 o'clock. The weekends, I'm up probably 8, 7 the earliest. Cause you need some good sleep. You know what I'm saying?
No, you
I
do
feel like
need
people
sleep,
don't
too.
know they gotta sleep.
Yeah.
You know, not every time. Sometimes you sacrifice sleep, but
You
most
need
of the time you need to get some good sleep to be able to create what you need to create and put out what you need to put out. So, like I said, 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock, I'm up. I make sure I get my meditation in, get all my self-care in, you know, take care of my hair, take care of my skin. The little light things that people don't really say too much about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
they don't really teach you that in school, and you know, you gotta learn yourself again when you graduate or when you get into life. So
Yeah.
that's what it is.
And you have to learn, you have to learn yourself, like you said. A lot of people they haven't learned themselves. There's a lot of experts out there, and some of them they really are experts. Some people are really doctors,
Yeah.
and they still may not have the right advice for you because only you know your body, only you know what you can sustain and what you can't sustain. Obviously, there are overall better health decisions to make.
Yeah, you
One of
with
the
you
things
every
is,
day.
yeah, you with you every day. And one of the things you said, like with waking up and not being on the phone right away. I turn my phone off about 4 or 5 times a day. Like literally turn it off. Because that's like, especially like with doing media, the body only recognizes habits.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't matter if you like, if you just always do it, that's what the body does. Like if you somebody that be on your phone on the toilet, try going in that bitch without your phone. You gonna be tripping. You gonna be like, what the fuck?
Yeah, you're right. You need something.
The body recognize the habit. Now it's like, but you gotta hold something. And man, like you need, like you gotta work. You better grab something and act like it's a phone.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You're right, bro.
Yeah, man. Look, man. Like, and you have to trick yourself, man.
Yeah.
You have to trick your body. And me, the way I do that, I turn my phone off. When I wake up in the morning, that bit turned off, and I'm doing what I gotta do. And when I do what I gotta do to situate myself, then I turn my phone on for the day.
That's
but
discipline right there.
yeah, that's discipline. But when you wake up, I wake up, but for the rest of the world, I'm still sleeping, man.
Yeah.
You can't reach me or nothing like that. Don't do it. But man, like, yeah, it takes discipline. And I think your daily habits show a lot of discipline and meditation. You touched on a lot of good things there.
Yeah.
That's
I
what's
mean,
up.
I also was the kid, like when I was younger, like if you don't see me, if you don't hear me making noise, like go check on him. Like, what is he
Yeah.
doing? Like I was bad as a kid. I was disordered, man. Like I'll be
Disordered.
running around
Like,
doing whatever. So it's like me, I had my phone, like my parents literally break my phone
Yeah.
or take my phone from me. So it's like me personally, I've already been built a certain way,
Yeah.
preconditioned to not always be on my phone. It's really like me making sure I have to contact certain people. So even that doesn't get done sometimes because like I'm not like a phone person like that anyways. So it's like when it comes to like that discipline, whatever the case may be, it really, like you said, it comes from a habit. It comes from what you're
habits,
doing, you know, a majority of the time. And,
Yeah.
you know, like,
Yeah, man. Programming, your brain is a computer, and you don't have control of it as much as you think.
Yeah.
You have control of it, but you have to trick it. You know what I'm saying? You have to trick your brain sometimes, you know, into doing what you want it to do. It's like how you train a dog. You got to train your brain to do things in a way where it's beneficial to you. You know, you keep going to the club, you keep going out with your friends, you spend a lot of money. That's why you're not saving. You know, you got to change your habits, you know. And, you know, I have these discussions with people, and there are 2 types of people in the world. Like, there are people who take responsibility for where they are in life. And then there are people who put it on everything else around them but themselves. And, you know, some of us go through things that we can't control. All of us go through things that we can't control, but every day you have a decision to make.
yeah, it's a choice.
Yeah, you have a decision to make at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? It's a game of choices. You know, it's many roads, a lot of roads. Some people get to where they got to be at 17, 18. Some of us get there at 35. But it's just a game of choices.
A lot of people don't realize that though. Sometimes, like I said before, they get lost in the sauce. It's a lot of things that can distract you from your true, you feel me, your destiny.
Yeah.
You feel me? So
Purpose.
if you let that get in the way, and if you're not focused, you don't have any routine,
Yeah.
it's easy for you to get off that path. And like you said, you know, obviously it's not a race. You know, some people might get there
Definitely not.
sooner, some people might get there later, but you got to understand you got to put yourself in the best position to get there when you're supposed to.
When you're supposed to. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
like I said, it's not a popular thing. Like what we're talking about is, some people might say, "Oh, they lame. I'm trying to go get this cheese. I'm trying to da da da." But a fast life mean, you know what I'm saying? The faster you go to the top,
Yeah.
faster you come back to the bottom, man.
You gotta have a schedule for your day-to-day basis. Like him too, like he stay writing what he's about to do the next day. You know, the week, the month. You must plan it. It's like going to you gotta treat life like going to the gym.
Yeah, man.
You know what muscle group you're gonna be working out each day. So why might not put that routine to your life?
Put in the work. Put that routine in, man. I love it. Yeah, man. We're gonna get ready to wrap up, but this was a very interesting conversation, and it's real life. It's real life, man. A lot of people need that guidance.
Yeah.
So it's not common knowledge. So it's good to see that. Man, I already know you since last interview. You're someone who's very on point and very driven. So I'm looking forward to. You say you got a record coming out this month.
Record coming out this month.
24.
We don't know the name. We don't know the time.
I mean, sometimes I be wanting to surprise y'all, so I don't be.
That's true.
He said
But
24,
the song is called So Groovy. It'll be coming out on the 24th.
That sound like that. Yeah, that do sound like a spring break.
Yeah.
That sound kind of spring break. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I'm trying
It's
to
like I
tell
can
you.
hear it. I don't even know what song it is, but I can hear it now.
Yeah, man.
Just him say groovy, you know what I'm saying?
I got the best producers, bro.
Yeah.
Best producers, best engineers working on my stuff. So it's always gonna be quality. It's always gonna be the best product for my fans and for the people who need it.
Yeah, man. KiddActivated.
2 weeks from now, guys, go ahead and tell the people where they can find you. You know what I'm saying?
You better lock it in. Right now, you can find me on all platforms.
Right now.
I go by KiddActivated. Instagram, TMZ KiddActivated. You know what I'm saying? We got something light coming out too with the merch. I ain't wanna mess up your camera or nothing. But
The shirt
They got
hard.
some orange. They got some orange
yeah.
on that bill. Let me see. Something light.
Something like.
Ooh.
Something light.
Ooh, the shorts too. Yo, them hard. That's hard.
Yeah.
What that say? What's that? What's the
The double K. It stands for
Double K.
Kid Kawasaki.
Kid Kawasaki?
Yeah. It's my alter ego. You feel me?
Yeah.
You know what? I've almost tripped on calling you that a couple times though, and you heard me say like I was about to say Kid. I was like, nah.
Yeah.
Kid Kawasaki hard though. That's hard. That's tough.
Yeah.
What's behind you
Doesn't matter.
doesn't matter. The
What's
whole
behind
city
you
don't
does
matter.
not matter, bro.
Yeah.
The past is the past, man. Focus
Yeah,
on the
man.
present.
He's got the camouflage. You know.
Something light.
You know. We on some slim Soldier Slim activities. That's hard, man.
Season 1.
That's hard.
Season 1, bro. This for the springtime. I got something coming out for the winter.
Yeah.
Got something coming out, you know, for
get
for next fall, everything.
Go get the drop, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They look cozy too now.
Yeah.
You got something for the ladies too? What's going?
I got something for the girls coming out too.
You know they wear the same thing we wear anyways. They gonna want to steal our clothes anyways.
You right. But I got a girl version coming out. Some for, you know, they like to wear the biker shorts and like little crop tops, stuff like that. But
Okay, then.
I got something nice coming out. It's gonna be a different colorway though.
Okay.
Probably some
Yeah.
purple camo, some pink
Yeah.
camo.
You know, some light,
Yeah.
some light.
Some
Yeah.
light. I can't give them all the drip already, bro. Chill.
I hear.
Bad KiddActivated Kid Kawasaki
Yeah.
in the building.
However
CiiiTY
you
Media,
wanna say
man. Hey, man. Love a city friend. Appreciate you coming on here, man. Got to run it back in with you. Love. Tap in. We'll keep tapping
Yeah,
in with you,
man.
baby.
Y'all
Yes,
let
sir.
y'all heart sing a melody.
Yeah. I'm out. Changing the youth. Jerry Nevado, Deluxe Blog, Fricadelic. We out here, man.
We strive to motivate, inspire young minds so they don't go to waste. We call ourselves city, but we global. And everybody that has a voice is allowed to be vocal.